Shalom, everyone, and welcome back. It's so gratifying to know that so many people are watching these videos and they're telling their friends about it and spreading the word of the messages that we're talking about on these videos. I want to thank you very much for your support, and we look forward to continuing doing this for a long time to come. Keep in mind that every Tuesday and Friday, we put a new video up. Videos are short, to the point, and hopefully they give you something to think about uh, during the week. This week's Torah portion, the portion of Shalach, has in it the mitzvah of challah, the baking of challah. But not just the baking of challah, but the giving of a portion of the dough of the challah to the Kohen. But actually, that's what challah is really all about. Not just to bake it, but to give a portion of it to God. As the Torah says, Reishis harisoschem, the beginning of your dough. Challah should be a challah, truma truma. It should be a gift. Titnu Lashem truma. That it should be a gift to God of this gift. So, the idea of challah really is to, when you're baking bread, not just challah, but any bread, when you're baking bread, you take a portion of the dough, say a blessing, lahafresh challah, and today there's no temple, there's no kohanim to receive it, so we burn it. It's a small amount of dough that we burn, and that we don't eat the bread until we separate the challah, separate the dough from the larger batch. In At home we do it, and kosher bakeries also do it. They take a large batch and they also separate challah because it's a mitzvah to do so. What is challah all about? What does it represent? Well, we know that challah is one of the three mitzvahs for women that are mentioned. What are the other two? The other two are nida, the laws of family purity, and hadlakas neros, candles, Shabbos candles. For these three names, Chala, Nida, and Hadlakas neros, spelled the name Chana, Chana, which happened to be the Rebbe's mother's name, Rebbetzin Chana. That's an easy way to remember it. What is Chala all about? What does it represent? So the Midrash tells us that right after the mitzvah Chala is mentioned, we have a story about a person who worshipped idols. So Chala is connected to a repudiation of idolatry. How is that possible? Well, the idea of challah is that we recognize that challah comes from grain, which has been carefully processed. First, we plant the seeds, and then we harvest the grain, and we separate the chaff from the wheat, from the kernels, and then we grind it up into flour, and then we mix it together with other ingredients such as water and eggs, and then we bake it. It's a very long process if you think about it. Today, you go to the store, you buy some flour, and you make your challah. But actually, where did the flour come from? It's a long process. So a person could think, well, it's all my doing. Look what I did. I planted, I harvested, I ground it, I baked it, I everything. And we can forget the godly factor here. We can forget that God was the one who brought this dough to us in the beginning. It was God who put it on our plate, not just the work of our hands, but God Himself did it. And this is such an important thing to understand. As we go through life, we work hard and we become the breadwinner of our family, and we put the food on the table. We shop in the supermarkets, and everything is there for us. We can very easily forget the position of God in this whole process. That really it was God Himself who really put everything together and put everything on our table. To repudiate that means idolatry. Idolatry says that we are responsible for it, that a force outside of God is responsible for it. The supermarket gave us the food. We gave ourselves the food. And that's idolatry. So by taking the dough from the bread and we sanctify it, we consecrate it, we demonstrate something very, very important. And that is really that it's up to Hashem. Hashem is really the one who put it on our table. And Hashem is the one who gives us all of our sustenance, that whatever we need, Hashem is the one who does that. And that's a very important thing to understand and to believe in. As life goes on, we sometimes forget that very important idea. I want to wish you all a very good Shabbos. Candlelighting tonight in San Diego is at 7:36, and we want to wish you all a very good Shabbos. Shalom.